just talk a little bit about the emotion after today's performance.
Unfortunately, it's a very familiar emotion. There's been performances like this. I want to give full credit to Alaska. I mean, they've been on the road for 2 weeks. Sounds like they've had some internal adversity here over the last 72 hours, and they come in and have an effort like that. Good on them. Good for them. Our group, it's unfortunately disappointing, but all too familiar.
What can be done at this point to deal with that?
John, it's that $1 million question in coaching. We're coaching kids. If I had that answer, I would have changed it long before now. I've done the yelling and screaming. I've done the say nothing. It's hard to put your arm around somebody and pretend. To me, I'm not like to say that was okay or nice effort, guys, or whatever. That's pretending, and I'm not going to pretend. So I don't have the absolute answer. We left that game to chance because our first period wasn't even close to good enough, and we know that the way our team is, we have to play a full 60, 65, and we didn't give ourselves that opportunity. And that's disappointing. And a good team, like Alaska is, will take advantage of that. That's what they did.
The first couple minutes of that first period, you guys seemed to come out flying. Would you agree with that?
I would agree. I don't know what came of that. I mean, we had 3 shots on net, but it wasn't a barrage. It wasn't. I think we had better chances as the game went on. We talk about seeing plays and making them. We talk about every play matters. I mean, we have a freshman force the puck below the goal line, pass it to them, then back check the wrong guy. I mean, and they've got 1 shot, 1 goal, and it's 1-0. And now you're 1 shot away from being down 2, which is ultimately what happened. We get 1 penalty, we get 2 penalties in the same play. I think Chris Nell probably kept it at 1-0 for a bit there. Now we had a couple of really great chances that we harp on being ready and having that killer instinct around the other team's net. You want to talk about a team that gave away some opportunities tonight? That's us. Then we take 2 penalties in the same play and kill that, but yet the puck hits us in the tape as our 2 guys are coming out of the penalty box. We can't do anything with that puck. So it was a decent first 2 minutes, I guess, 3 minutes, but then we started turning pucks over and they started capitalizing and they showed that you turn the puck over to them, they'll make plays like anybody else. And our guys were warned about that. They were talked to about that this week, but unfortunately, a lot of the times this year when adversity hits, guys want to do things their own way and do their own thing, and as we all know, their own thing doesn't work. And then you're down 2-0 and you're fighting. You're trying to dig yourself out of a hole, and you're using so much energy trying to dig yourself out of a hole. You forget to play the game. You forget the detail. I thought Chris played a good game, but that 3rd goal, that's our season right there. That goal has been going in all year long, no matter what goalie's in the net. They're making great saves, and then that goal. Now we're down 2 again in a period where, we thought it was an even period anyway. We come down again, sorry. We didn't think it was an even period, but the score was 1-1.
Right.
We thought it was a period that we had the better of, and that's been happening. We can pretend it hasn't, but that's been happening all year long.
And in the same way that Nell goal is kind of representative of what's been going on in the defensive zone, I'm sure there are a couple of shots. I know I can think of a couple that are point blank, wide open.
100%, John. Again, this is
kind of representative of the offense.
100%. We're not bearing down. The net is empty. We're talking about seniors. We're talking about juniors, guys that we've coached for 3 and 4 years, telling them every play matters. You've got to be ready around the other team's net. That might be the one play, and sure enough, we've got guys standing up straight, not knees bent, not nose over the puck, and Alaska just gets a stick on it, and that's a puck that has to go in the net. So again, all I'm talking about is from an individual standpoint. It's been the season. It's been not quite good enough, and I think tonight that's what it was, and then you start to squeeze and you hit a crossbar, and ultimately, to me, you earn bounces, and I think we got the bounces we deserved. We got the bounces we earned, which were not quite good enough.
So you mentioned you've gone through, you've yelled at them, tried to kind of build them up.
I didn't say I've yelled at
I'm
them.
not yelled at them, I'm sorry. But encouraged them. But at this point, do you think it has to come from the leadership, the locker room now?
100%. It's not at this point. It's been the whole year that we've asked the leadership to lead this group, and it hasn't happened. So I believe, based on what we've seen before, that this group will rally itself and play better tomorrow. But we've left it to chance. There's a hungry team over there who now is 5 points behind us with 2 games in hand, and we've left it to chance. So regardless of how good we play tomorrow, how we rally ourselves and play tomorrow, there's another team that's going to have something to say about it. And now we're 60 minutes from losing 2 at home. And that's the opportunity that we had tonight that I think we let go. We started to fight hard when we were down. It's not okay. They scored 1 goal, so we go south. We stop playing, which is what I think we did. So it's unfortunately, again, this isn't new. We've been down this road before. The feeling we have right now is it feels way too the same as what we've had. So the leadership will or they won't. I mean, it's that simple.
And what do you, what's the biggest thing that you take away from this game going into tomorrow's game?
The biggest thing I take away?
Yeah.
The biggest thing I take away, Zane, is not a positive thought. So I'm not gonna answer that.
How big was the goal at the end of the first period? It looks like you're in build momentum from a great,
huge,
from a pretty
huge,
yeah.
from a good 5-on-3. I mean, really, we kept them to the outside for the most part, blocked a couple of pucks, but that puck couldn't have been any more on somebody's tape on our team, and it goes under the stick and bing bang in the net, and Chris doesn't even have a chance on it. So it's huge. But with that being said, Kevin, we had a better second period. I mean, our guys, maybe the 20-minute mark came at the right time too. You know, maybe it was a perfect time for a rest, because I thought we had a much better second. It just didn't equate to what it should have, because of a puck in front of our net and 5 or 6 pucks in front of their net.
Tyler, how important was the goal at the end of the first period? It looked like you guys were going to get a big 5-on-3 kill, and then puck gets turned over.
Yeah, it's a heartbreaker. It's tough for sure, because we had a great kill going. Pucks hitting sticks and just a bad bounce in their favor, which I think they got a ton of those bounces tonight. And that was definitely tough going into the second period, down 2-0. But it's just one of those plays that happened, and you guys gotta leave it there and move forward.
And the $1 million question is the inconsistency of the team. Saw it again tonight.
Yeah, our starts have been hit or miss. Just giving them too much early. We have 1 good shift, 2 bad ones. And I think when we've had successes here, it's been a 60-minute game, which we've been struggling to find. And it's just too little, too late, I guess you could say. With you give them the first period, and then we take the next 2, and it shouldn't be that way. We should be taking all 3 and playing a 60-minute game rather than a 40-minute game.
Can you talk a little bit about the struggles offensively? And I mean, for the team here, it looked like there were way more good chances than a 2-goal performance.
Yeah, we had tons of grade A's. Just a lot of empty nets, you could say, as well. Just pucks not finding in the back of the net. And I don't know if it's a lack of focus or just not being in the moment, but there's too many. And that was the message after the game. You got to bury those grade A chances. That game could have went heavily in our favor on the scoreboard. But hats off to their goalie. He made some saves, but at the same time, we failed to execute on some crucial plays that could have turned the game around for us.
And looking at those grade A's in total, not just picking one out over another, does it look like it's becoming more of a mental thing? I mean, guys have struggled to take advantage of those consistently. Is it becoming mental?
Yeah, I think just consistency throughout your whole game, and that's just a part of the game. You know, we're all trying to find it out there and come together as a team, and that's just another, I guess you could say, branch off the inconsistency, just not being able to find the back of the net, and it's for sure it's frustrating because there are so many. You know, I could think of like 5 right off the top of my head, but I don't know if it was lack of focus or just not being in the moment or gripping your stick too hard or whatnot, but those are usually plays that we've capitalized on the past, and hopefully we can get that turned around for tomorrow and take it home.
And how were you able to get those offensive opportunities?
It's just hard work. You know, we had a game plan, get the puck behind their D, play with speed, you know, play relentless. It's been the Bowling Green message ever since I got on campus, and it hasn't changed at all. Just when we're hard to play against, we're a handful, and there are spurts of that tonight for sure. Just we can be dominant in the offensive zone, creating chances. It comes from moving your feet, you know, moving the puck and getting to the net. But unfortunately, we weren't able to find the back of the net more often.
Then another one of the big questions is whether you guys played as well at home.
I don't know what that is. I think we're having a hard time getting motivated for a hockey game, which in my opinion is not right at all. You know, we're all college kids, we're all adults, and we shouldn't be looking for anybody to motivate us to play. You know, you should be ready to play. And I don't know if early we didn't have the crowds we'd wanted just due to scheduling and the breaks, but now, you know, we got the crowd, and there was a big crowd tonight, and I honestly can't put my finger on what the deal is at home. I think it's just been this season as a whole has just been inconsistent, and just another opportunity just let slip tonight.
Thanks.
Tyler, during warm-up, saw a lot of interactions between you and the kid coach, and into the start of the game. Can you just talk a little bit about what that was like?
Yeah, I actually met Jackson in the summer at the Falcon hockey camp, and you know, him and I we had some fun over that week. You know, teaching him the game, and then seeing him on the ice here in the fall, and being able just to talk to him. And I see him all the time, and he's just a great kid. And we just developed a little bit of a friendship over the past couple months here. And he's always waiting outside the door, yelling my name, and telling me, you know, like score and stuff, which is cool. But yeah, just a kid I met through Bowling Green, and just a kid I'll keep in touch with for a long time. He's a great kid.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.